Everybody always talks about if you can change the direction of one person, you make a difference. But like this cool collaboration with Allison, this is gonna be thousands of little people. And thousands sounds like a lot because it is. It's a big deal. The idea for the text originated from Allison. It came about as a result of Allison attending one of the student leadership trainings that I run for middle schoolers and high schoolers across the region. At that training is the first time many kids hear the strong story of buffaloes, running into the storms they face and cows walking away from them. What did I do that got you thinking about doing this?
Well, when we went to the leadership program
at the funeral
home. Yes. I guess when I was younger, I was always nervous about things. Mm-hmm. I still am to this day, but I just always got nervous about certain things, and I just even public speaking, at the leadership program, we had to go talk to random kids, And so I was always nervous about that. So when you started talking about people going to their storm and facing their fears, that stuck out to me. And also I told this story to everyone about the buffalo and everything.
And it was something for Allison that really struck her and inspired her to go home and draw a buffalo. And then she got the idea of following her dream of I want to be an illustrator. So she drew a cover of a book, just made up Duke and drew a buffalo, and then she said, "Dad, are you going to see Mr. Neitzke ever?" And this whole thing started because her dad kind of stepped into the storm and said "Hey Ted, I want to show you something." And he showed me the picture, and I was like, "That's incredible. Who drew that?" He goes, "It's my daughter." And I was like, "How does she know about this?" "She was at your leadership conference." I'm like, "This is nuts. Doug, thank you for showing this." And then he said, "She's wondering if you would help her write a book." That led to Allison and I meeting up here at our office in Oshkosh, me writing the book and her coming up and saying, "Okay, Allison, here's the story that I'd like to tell." And then we framed it all out. We drew up the storyboard. 5 months later, this amazing, incredible young woman has illustrated a vision of both of ours perfectly. It's almost a metaphor for she is a little buffalo. Who convinces their dad to approach a CEO of a company? I know it sounds strange, but a lot of people think I'm kind of unapproachable because you're so busy and you're important or whatever, and I'm not. And then she shows up and I meet her, and she talks to me like I'm her brother, and it's this it's a really loving, fun relationship for me because the season of life I'm in, I don't have write a children's book on my bingo card. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm thinking about leadership texts and all. And here she is let's bring this to the little people. My whole life has been about kids, and a kid steps into my space, introduces a concept, wants my story, and then illustrates it beyond what I could have imagined. That's a really powerful thing. So as much as I believe it's about Allison, the feels that I got out of all of it were really incredible. CESA 6's defined purpose is to empower children together. That's why we exist. And it was reversed. I got empowered by a young person, by a kid. It demonstrates that this is really more reciprocal. Classroom teachers every day get to be with young people like this, and every classroom teacher you've ever met can tell you a story of how a kid stepped into their storm or their space at the right moment and fueled them. With all the things going on in the world and in my life, to have a 15-year-old girl from Waupun, 70 miles away from my house, sit in a leadership training with me for 5 hours and then change both of our lives, that is what we exist for as a CESA. For me, as the executive director and CEO, to have that direct shift and then be pulled into a new, level of the atmosphere by a child, that's amazing.